actually gave this talk, a talk based on the idea that we all have watershed moments and experiences in our lives. And not all of them are related to, our professional lives. Most of them are outside of that and before that. And I think it's helpful to reflect for just a little bit. And of course, when you get to certain stages of life, you have the opportunity and the time to sort of look back and think about these things and how they affected your life, gave it direction, gave you a set of values to live by. And you have to be sort of on guard that there might be others out there that might potentially have a negative influence on the kind of person or professional you want to be. One of the first nights I worked at the Mount, I saw a 4-year-old girl. She was wheezing. She had a little fever. And I saw her. I didn't think she was very sick. And I worked her up. And then I discharged her. And the nurse came to me, said, Dr. Setnik, I see that you've discharged the little girl in bed 3. I said, oh, yeah, she can go home. And this was Maureen Dickey. She says, Dr. Setnik? Yeah, what, Maureen? She can't go home. So what do you mean she can't go home? Her mom's there. She can drive her home. What's the problem? She says, I'm not talking about her driving her home. She said, Doctor, too sick to go home. I said, what are you talking about? Doctor, I've been a nurse here for 20 years, and I'm also a mother. I'm not going to let you send that girl home. And I thought that was pretty, wild. And then, am I ever thankful that Maureen did not let me send that girl home? She had a really horrible pneumonia. I wouldn't have done well.
Yeah.
And I learned a lot about teamwork and listening to people who just have a little different perception and not necessarily being dismissive of somebody. Learned a lot. John Dalrymple told me that he had a personal experience with his own mother while she was having great difficulties, hospitalized in Texas, being seen by a specialist who didn't himself, the specialist, examine her at all in the area where she was primarily complaining of a problem and in the area where he is a specialist, actually a surgical specialist. And so it's something that we just need to consider. We have to think about, where does a physical exam, and for me, it's not just, feeling my right upper quadrant. It's coming to me, looking at me in the eyes, touching me. It's the care part of the care of the patient. Granted, I'm all for CTs, I'm all for ultrasounds, I'm all for technology. But there is something to holding a hand, feeling some toes, and just putting your arm on a shoulder in a person who's suffering. And I do hope we can bring some of that back, which is what made, at least for me, the practice of medicine all that it was for my whole professional life. I think I told you about the woman who was about 60 who was coming to Harvard to see her son. She came in at like 3 or 4 in the morning. It sounded to me like classic biliary colic, She was from Virginia. She's alone. And they get the ultrasound and all that, and comes back 50 Mets in her liver. And I go into that room. I remember the room. You don't forget these. Oh, doctor, I don't like the look on your face. Let me find a chair. I want to sit down for a minute. Give me your hand. We have that discussion. What an honor. And it was like you meeting me that night. Every nuance of everything that you say or don't say, look on the face, whatever. That's just, you just never forget that. I think we have an obligation to share these thoughts and just point out to people how things can be done differently, and how at the end of it all you might feel differently yourself about showing a person who's ill a little humanity and a little love. It doesn't cost anything. Just connecting with another human being and acknowledging their difficulty and letting them know that you'll do everything you can to help them get through it. Yeah.
You say it sustains you, but it equally sustains, I think, everyone else that interacts with you. Again, I've people reflecting and talking to me over the past few months, just wonderful stories and just how meaningful your relationships with them have been.
Certainly, all through my life, it's been relationships that have sustained me, and I've been, I'm so grateful. The family that I have, and I consider the Mount Auburn to be the family, my professional family, without any question. It's been really special. Yeah.
What do you want us to say about your diagnosis and what you're going through?
Well, I think everybody knows. I would just say, I think most people know that you're going through a tough time now with, a recent diagnosis. And, we've been able to, even though Gary's been going through these treatments, he has, wanted to continue to be able to share thoughts with you. And he's thankful that he's, first of all, extremely honored. He's told you many, many times how honored I feel and why this is different from the other honors that I've had, the other awards I've had, is because it comes from people who have known me for, in many cases, for 40, 50 years, and known me mainly through our care together of patients, which to me has been the most important part of my professional life. There have been many other wonderful parts of my professional life, but it is taking care of a patient, helping them through a personal challenge and struggle, and having the ability to do that with a colleague who will share his expertise and allow me to provide the very, very best care possible. Totally grateful for that. That's what I want to, that's the message I want to get. And I also want people to understand that at this point in my life, as I look back on I want them to know that they should feel grateful, as I do, for having had a life of helping other people who are struggling get through their challenges. Not always successfully, but knowing that you're there for them to help them through it and to care for them, caring for the patient.
Congratulations, Gary.
Hey Gary, congratulations. Such well-deserved recognition. All the best.
Congratulations, Gary, to a great person, clinician, leader, and mentor.
Congratulations, Gary.
You are the absolute best. Congratulations, Dr. Setnik.
Gary, congratulations.
Hi, Gary. I can't think of a more distinguished physician than you. Congratulations on the well-deserved award.
Congratulations!
Congratulations!
Congratulations, Gary. A fantastic doctor and a wonderful human being.
Hey, Gary. 40 years of friendship. You're one in a million. Congratulations on your award.
Hey, hi, Gary. Congratulations. Hope you know that you are loved by so many people, including me.
Gary, you exemplify what this award is all about. Congratulations.
Hi Gary, it's Cindy. Tim and I are sorry we cannot be with you tonight. Congratulations on receiving the Distinguished Physician Award. We met in 1978 when I was a senior resident at Mount Auburn and you were applying to be an attending in the emergency department of Mount Auburn. We had no attendings at that time and I wasn't quite sure why we needed them, and certainly never thought I would become one myself. You had a big part in my decision in becoming an emergency physician, and I was lucky to work with you side by side for 35 years as attendings in the emergency department of Mount Auburn. You have influenced so many lives along the way, and I am honored to be one of them. But most of all, I treasure our friendship. We will always be there for you, Gary. Love you.